Okay, so this is Awaz. Let me just show you how we build an agent. You just have to press on the new agent button here, and you can build one from scratch, or you can also use the templates. So if you use the templates, they're already pre-configured ones. For example, higher education, nightlife, event planning, etc., etc. I'll just go through one that we already have. Yeah, so we have Sarah here. Of course, you can name her whatever you want. And you can choose from one of the many voices that we have here. We have a lot of accents, American, British, Australian, Spanish, German, etc., etc. We fetch these voices from 11 Labs. So if you want to get a specific voice from 11 Labs, we can do that as well. Because 11 Labs, it has really high quality AI voices and it has a whole array of them. So if you need a specific one, we can fetch that for you. Yeah, and we also have over 25 languages. We have many English varieties, all of these. And of course, we have both Latin American Spanish variety and the Spain variety under the prompts. So we have all of these, right? Like, so we have the style guardrails and we have the response guidelines. So all of this is pre-built when you choose to build from a template. You don't have to do all of this manually. Yeah, but if you want to add instructions, of course, you can press the instruction button and put in whatever instruction you want. You can say, oh, use more conversational fillers. You can put in certain specific vocabulary that you want to use for like different industries of clients, maybe different regional differences. Yeah, you can program for that in the prompt as well very easily. Under the freestyle prompt section, this is where you can put in about 7,000 words worth of information. You can put in like company details, call scripts, information, directions, instructions, anything you want, you can put that in here. If you want more than 7,000 words, though you can upload PDFs and documents and websites here under knowledge base. So yeah, that's the knowledge base. And we here under the role, we define the role for the SAI agent. For example, sales, support, etc., whatever you need it to be. And under ambient sound, for example, we use a coffee shop. So that means it will mimic the noise of a coffee shop in the background of the calls. Yeah. So it will mimic the background noise of a coffee shop in the background of the calls to make it sound more natural. That's the ambient sound. And under the company info on the agent's objective, you just need to put in like a short description of the company and what you want the AI agent to do here. So we want the AI agent to call up investors to learn about their interest in Awaz.ai from a fundraising and investment point of view, blah, 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 blah. So that's the objective that we put here. And if you come to the side, we have the voice settings. So you can customize the tone of voice anywhere between calm and emotional, the speed, volume, the responsiveness, and the interruption sensitivity. So the one thing to take note is the interruption sensitivity. Because like our voice agents can respond really fast, like within 200 milliseconds. So ideally, you don't want the AI agent to keep interrupting, all right? Because like when we talk, humans like tend to, we pause, we rethink our sentences and stuff. So for them to have a proper conversation, you ideally want it to be around 0.7. Yeah, and you can also enable back channeling. So when you enable back channeling, the AI agent will indicate active listening. So it'll say things like, yeah, absolutely. Things like that during the call. Yep, so that's settings. Under prompt, like I said, this will all be pre-built. You can put in your own instructions. You can also put in a custom greeting. So here we have, for us, we have, hello, contact name is Sarah from Awaz.ai, blah, blah, blah. But whatever you want, you can change that as well. Here on this side, we have something called tags. So tags is like a sticky note that you can attach on every call. So if you want to identify certain calls by certain characteristics, tags come in handy when, for example, I want to know which calls agreed to a meeting with me. I select one of the tags that we've already set up. I select this tag, said yes for a meeting, and I ask the AI agent to add the tag to the contact when contact agrees to a meeting. So when this happens, the AI agent will automatically tag the call that agrees for a meeting. And you can filter for those calls under the list section, which I can go through later. So that's tags. They come in very handy. And for under actions, this is where you choose what actions you want the AI agent to do during or after a call. So it can transfer the call to a human. It can book live appointments. You just have to connect your Google Calendar here. And yeah, when user asks to book an appointment, book it on the calendar. So it will book according to the availability that you have on your Google Calendar. Yeah. And you can send SMS. You can also send follow-up emails. So how to send a follow-up email is you just have to click the integration button and then say, oh, send follow-up email when contact asks for more details or something. So that's how to trigger the action. And you can just choose a Zapier trigger and it'll just automatically send emails when the contact asks for more details. You can also send a WhatsApp message or a what team message as well. So that's inbuilt. That will be very easy. That's under integration. You can also navigate IVRs. So IVR is just like the pre-recorded response that you get on the phone, right? Like press 1 for support, press 2 for sales, whatever. And our AI agent can navigate that. You just have to describe what it has to do. Yeah. So that's IVR. That's the key thing you got to take note of. That's under actions. And moving on, we have something called variables as well. So variables is key information that you can extract from each of the calls. For example, I want the AI agent to extract the name of the contact and the summary of the call. You can also extract things like the reason for rejection. So for example, you call up the prospect and the prospect says, I'm not interested in whatever you're doing. And you want to know the reason why. The AI agent can extract the reason. And all of this information that was extracted can be sent to your backend CRM or any other software that you're using for your own data analytics purposes. Yeah, so that's variables. And moving on, I'm just going to show you the list section. So under the list, this is where you upload your contacts. You can do them one by one, or you can also import a CSV. So let me just go into one of it. This is one of the contact lists. And you can also, instead of just like manually doing them, you can also automate the uploading of a contact list, for example, through Zapier, so it won't be a problem. So here, for example, you can see who's contacted, who's not contacted. Yeah. So like I said, with the tags, you can filter for which calls, said yes to a meeting, wanted a WhatsApp send, blah, blah, blah. You can do that with the tags here. Yeah, so that's under list. Moving on, under campaigns, here's where I initiate bulk call operations, both inbound and outbound. So you can program it by just clicking on the new campaign button here, and you can configure both outbound and inbound. So under outbound, you just got to select the phone number, the agent that you want to be doing the calls, the contact list that you want to get through, the maximum attempts, the attempts delayed between rejected calls. You can also put in a daily budget. So for example, this campaign won't go beyond spending $10. Yeah, you can just put in the time zone, the time periods, and yeah, you're set to go. That's outbound, and this is inbound. Yeah. So under campaigns, you can also see the stats of like how many dials, how many pickups, blah, blah, blah. And and of course you can see how much money was spent on each of the campaign as well. Yeah, that's under campaigns. Moving on, you can also directly access recordings of the calls under the recording section. You just have to press this button, and this is a call details, and you can, play out the recording here. And you can also access a transcription directly. So this is a transcription of the call. And we also have analysis. So under analysis, you can access user sentiment. For example, it says positive here, and the outcome reason, the stage that the prospect is at. For example, if the prospect is just exploring, it'll just say exploring. And you can see the summary of the call here, the urgency, and the use case. So you can see for us, for example, we can see what they want to use Awaz for. So yeah, that's under analysis. And the AI agent also. The determines the status of the call. So if the AI agent achieves the objective that you've set out for it, it will say outcome in green. Yeah. And if the person that you're calling just picks up, nothing really happens, then it'll just say pick up. If the objective wasn't achieved, it'll just say pick up. And if the call doesn't even go through, it'll say failed. If the call goes to voicemail, it'll say voicemail. Yeah. So that's under campaigns. Moving on, we also have the calendar section. Here you just have to you just have to press the integrations button and then you can automatically select the Google Calendar. Yeah. That's very easy. That's under calendars. Moving on, let me just show you the white label portion. So under the white label portion in the companies section, you have your own client management system. So you can see all of the companies that you resold to. And under the plan section, you can customize your own pricing plans that you want to sell to your clients. For example, if you want to configure a starter plan, you can do so. It'll be set up like this. You can put in the price and the recurrence type. So whether you want it to be billed monthly or yearly. And you can also put in a per minute cost. So this is 21 cents per minute on top of the 29. And yeah, you can put in like maximum agents or maximum users. And you can also charge for the phone numbers that they buy from you. So our telephone infrastructure, we use Twilio. You can connect your own Twilio, and your clients, they have two options. So they can buy the phone numbers from your Twilio and you can charge for it, or they can connect their own Twilio and they can manage it on their own. Yeah, so if they buy it from you, you can charge for that. So they can buy new phone numbers, or they can also connect pre-existing phone numbers that they already have. Yes, so that's something you can charge for. You can also charge for the knowledge file that they upload. Like I said, you can upload PDFs and documents and stuff, right? So you can charge for that as well. Yeah, and yeah, so like I said, customizable. So you can title it whatever you want to and describe it however you want. Yeah, so that's the key pricing plan. Moving on the appearance section, of course, you can insert your own logo, your own icon. You can change the color scheme like this, so your clients will know that we exist. It'll just all be under your brand. And you can also connect your own domain, which, yeah, your own custom domain. So yeah, basically it'll just be all under your brand. Yeah, that's under appearance. Lastly, we have our tech integrations. Of course, we use Twilio for the telephone infrastructure. We use OpenAI for like the decision making of the AI agents. We have an intercom integrations as well. So intercom will help you set up chat support for your clients. Yeah, so for LLM, we use Resell. And we also have a SendGrid integration. So SendGrid will help you send high volume transactional emails for white label communications. And we also have our own payment processor. So we have Stripe. You don't have to do it on the back end, you know. So with Stripe, it's very easy. You just connect your Stripe account, and the payouts that you get from your clients will directly go to your Stripe account. So that's basically the demo.